Good evening and welcome everybody to Competitive Speed Series. We are here for the first round of the season. That is right, it is. Well, all the qualification is done and dusted. That was 2 weeks ago where we found the best teams within the F1 game esports. On the Xbox side of things, to find out how they will all be put up against each other. And yes, unfortunately, round one, I'm on my own, so please bear with me. I might miss some action or might miss some wording. However, I will do the best I can for you guys. Round one, like I mentioned, is Silverstone, Britain. What a place to start off a season. I don't really think you can get much better than this here. It's such a great way to start a season. Some of the cars are on track, so I will be very quick about getting over and on board with everything. But yes, there's the calendar one last time for you. There is a break week in between rounds 5 and 7, 2 mystery Grand Prix, and I suppose it really should be all about time to get on track and see what is happening. BRT Justin, I'm going to go with first, see how he is doing tonight. So the cars... Well, the teams, I should say, are you kind of can see it a little bit more now. Let's see a little bit of details and the track map for this one. It does look like the Kick Sauber driver of BRT Justin is going to be the one that kicks it off here in Silverstone tonight. And yeah, the Saubers are the BRT teams. The V-Carbs of FRT, PGR and McLaren. Shazoo is Red Bull, Mercedes is ILD, TIR is Aston Martin, XPG is Ferrari, Alpine is CRE, AMS is Haas, and TTM, reigning champions, if memory serves me correctly from 2 weeks ago, are in the Williams car. But enough about that. Down the Wellington Straight comes BRT Justin as he breaks heavily into Brooklands, trying to keep onto the apex as best as possible as he then hooks through, tries to set up nicely through Luffield he goes. Woodcut as well, it seems relatively good, and actually the broadcast camera for this one looks a lot better than it has done in the past. It does indeed as they head on down. Oh, I say they, as Justin heads on down into Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Possibly some of the most iconic names in F1. Through Chapel he comes down the Hacker Straight. It's all looking purple at the moment, if it's to be believed. But into Stowe now. And Vale, this is where things can go a little bit awry as the back end does slide out a little bit for the BRT man. Into Vale and Club he comes now, and it's looking still relatively strong. A little bit of oversteer, which makes the back end just step on out there, and it's a 126.1 for Justin to start things off. Typical. Then down the Hanger Straight he comes as CRE Hops comes through and doing the best he can with a 125.8 to start with. Harvey then throws himself fourth there, FRT Harvey. FRT Typical, his teammate just coming through the Vale and Club now. And what can the V-Carb driver do for tonight on his first run? It's up into third place for Typical. PGE Lucas, I think, is a little bit farther away, but let's go on Bourbon Boy. Ferrari driver down into his first lap complete. It's a 32. It's a very, very basic banker lap for Bourbon Boy, but PGR Lucas then, as he is the sole man down the Hanger Straight. You can see a lot of the cars there. His teammate Liam Bowman is on an outlap. That's definitely a driver to watch out for. Liam Bowman, very well known within the Xbox scene. Some real good pace on the pad. And there, that is crucial. An invalidation for PGR Lucas. Liam Hardman, whereabouts are you on track, my friendly, or a little bit further down? Shazoo Venom is invalidated as well. So Liam Hardman, let's see what he can do as he rounds. I believe he's at Cops here as he goes into the Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel sector. It is very, very, very quick throwing the car into the corners, which he's doing a very good job at the moment. Down the Hanger Straight he comes, but I think may have made a mistake because he's not used as much as the curb as he might have liked down the right-hand side. And there he is. He has dropped himself into the pits. Just catching up with something just dropped in the chat, which I thought I'd better read that one from Ace, but it is all good, hopefully. So we'll get rid of that quickly. But into the pits he comes. I don't think Liam Hardman was too happy with that one. But another Formula 1 Liam to another. Liam Bowman down the hanger straight he comes. This has got a... Well, he's maybe a little bit of pressure. He's well known. Real pace about him as well. Into Vale and Club he comes now. A little bit, maybe a bit too much of the curb there. He probably won't mind too much as he rounds the final corner and across the line. It's a 25-7 to set things off for the McLaren man. And I wonder what his teammate is going to throw himself into the pits. Bourbon Boy, I believe, is probably going into the pit. Or is he start doing another lap? He could very well be doing another lap. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one for Bourbon Boy if he has. So let's see what he does as he heads on through. There's a lot of overtake ERS used there. So I would only assume that he is just flying himself into the pits as quickly as possible to get this one done and dusted for him. Just making sure. We will see how he handles it. It doesn't look like it's at the Ferrari's DRS open there. I think it might be, you know. He might be flying through just to set another lap through, but it's a 26.5, so he's already done one. So it is out of the pits for him. His teammate Jacob then is going to be the first of the next runners, I believe, or is there going to be a Haas in there? It is AMS Partick. Let's see if this is a lap time for the Haas driver and the AMS driver, I should say, as it is coming on down into Vale and Club as maybe a little bit too much curb again through there, but I don't think it's too much of a worry as he's heading on through and across the line. I don't think it is a quicker lap time, so I don't believe that would have been anything different. It was a 26.9 and actually it was a 26.2 through. So it is a little bit quicker. Let's see. Jacob then through into Stowe. This is going to be where it really matters for him now because the Ferrari team, which is the XPG team, is currently 13 and 14th. They want a bit more than this, but the point setups is slightly different. So we've got to go... we will let's see how that goes through. Let's turn the lap data on. Thank you, Race, for giving me the approval for that. I did think I knew that. I think I just may have panicked a little bit earlier on. But Jacob, let's see how that it handles for him as he's, a little bit of pressure on him. 9 minutes to go. Hit both him and his teammate down in 13th and 14th respectively. He's going to want a bit more than that at this stage. But there's still plenty of time left. There's 4 drivers yet to set a lap time. At least he isn't in one of those. But he's got a little bit way off it. 0.8 of a second away from Liam Bowman. I don't think that would be immediately his straight up time. Both TTM drivers, forgot to mention, are up at 5th and 6th there. Placky and Furious respectively. Doing a very, very good job at this stage. AMS Knight did put himself into 8th position in his lap time, with his teammate currently 15th. But Jacob, and there's a Kick Sauber car behind him, and I think that would be Tech Brutal. Definitely want to keep an eye on at some stage through this, but at the moment it's all about Jacob. What can Jacob do is he's hopping over the curves. That's possibly a little bit too aggressive through there, and it is up into 11th place, 26.3 as it crossed the line. Tech Brutal throws himself into 4th place. Is there a Williams of Furious coming through? It is. He is coming through the final corner now and across the line. He's put himself up just ahead of Typical for the time being. Here is his teammate as well, following a Red Bull very, very closely into Club. And surely he's going to really push it now. I didn't see anything there, but across the line, it's up into 3rd place for the time being for TTM Blackie. TTM doing a very, very good job, but Justin, someone who set a lap time very much earlier doors. it was Tech Brutal that throws himself up into pole, so it was just behind was Justin. So time's going all over the place right now. FRT Harvey, we've just crossed the line, haven't you? So you are up, or you just did go up on your lap time, and who else can we go possibly on board? Boy, Tex Brutal's left the session. That's not ideal for him. But through Cops comes Bourbon Boy. His teammate is just up there, just ahead of him, which is in 13th place. They were 13th and 14th. Jacob just put himself up into 11th, but Bourbon Boy dropping down the order with a few other drivers throwing themselves with good lap times so far. But Bourbon Boy is really 3/10 up in his lap time, which should put him above his teammate if he can keep this pace going as he rounds Stowe now, the Ferrari driver, doing a very good job. Vale and Club done. Tex Brutal is back into the session, which is good. Round the final 2 corners for the Ferrari man of Bourbon Boy, and it is up into 9th place. That is a much better lap time. That's 4/10 of a second better, so much better for Bourbon Boy for the XPG team. Let's see, CPE hops as he's coming through now. This is a little bit of pressure on him. He's dropped himself. Well, other drivers have dropped him down the order a little bit to 5th place. He was sitting quite nicely in, I believe, 2nd or 3rd place as he comes down the back straight. He is a 10th up on his lap time. It's not going to be enough to worry too much of Tex, but it could worry Liam Bowman, who is on a lap time. So it is going to be a little bit representative of how their laps are going. PGR Lucas has a little bit of pressure on him as well, but hops across the line. It is into 3rd place for him. He didn't manage to displace Liam Bowman. Liam Bowman is down on his lap time, or up on his lap time, I should say, which is not ideal. He would want to probably, unless he's made a mistake in the final sector of his first run, which it could be because he is giving it all he can get as he heads through Vale Club and the final part of this Silverstone qualifying with 5.5 minutes left remaining. It's not over and done with. It is, wow, he's slower, so he hasn't been able to beat his lap time. Sue Venom, are you on a lap? You could very well, but you're going very slowly into the pit lane. I believe PGR Lucas throws himself into 6th place. That's a very, very good lap time for him. Is it Bobberts that's crosses the line now? His current lap time is a 1:26.4. He's got a little pressure. Has Roberts in the Shazoo team. The Red Bull is the Shazoo team car as he heads through the first sector and down the Wellington Straight for his second run. He will be wanting a little bit of a better time of it than this time. It is up. It's a 27.4 in his first sector. It's slightly up on his original banker lap time. And he's heading through Luffield and Woodcote now as on his second run. He might... This is a bit early to throw your final run. So he might want to abandon this lap. But we'll have to wait and see as he heads through Cops now and down into Maggots. He's keeping well clear of, the McLaren is keeping well clear of him. I believe that's Liam Bowman, giving him plenty of opportunity, even though the cars do ghost. You don't, sometimes it does put them off, but down Beckett's and through Chapel, he's massively down on his lap time, so he might throw in the towel on this lap and dive into the pit lane. We will just wait and see as he heads through Stowe now, and then surely into the pit lane. It is into the pit lane, so maybe a mistake through there somewhere. AMS Partick down in his lap time. Tia Paulos is down. Aya T1 is still in the pit lane. So is it Jacob that is possibly setting a lap time? It could very well be as he comes down the old start-finish straight. The Hamilton Straight is not the Hamilton Straight as it's called. The old start and finish. The Hamilton Straight is a new start and finish straight. Into Cops and into Maggots and Beckett's comes Jacob as he's trying his best, throwing the car in, and that is a bit of a mistake there and that is 0.117 up on his lap time, and just behind him there is possibly BRT Justin going to set a lap time. I think Jacob could very well throw himself into the pits and use another set of soft tyres. That looks very likely indeed. Justin invalidates, so he's thrown himself into the pit lane. TTM Furious is slightly down on his lap time. Let's see our Detol. Where are you in comparison? You're just behind Furious. So let's see if Furious can continue on a good lap time here at Silverstone. He's wanting a little bit higher than this, though. He is slightly up on his lap time. It is purple, if you can believe the lap marker there. He has 2.5 minutes remaining, so I think he's going to run out of time. If he's going to throw himself in, he's got to give it his all into this final sector now. It's looking very tidy, must say, from TTM Furious. As across the line, it is quicker. It's up into third, provisionally, for TTM Furious. Into the pits comes CRE Detol. There's a flurry of cars now out on track. I believe it could be Placky. No, it can't be Placky. It must be the Alpine of CRE Hops. That is the lead car of the rest of the grid. There is an Aston Martin behind him as well. That could very well be, well, it could be either Liam Hardman or his teammate, which I can't see on the grid. TIR Paulos. Paulas. I'm definitely murdering some of the names tonight. Should just stay on board with CRE Hops, because he is going to be the first one to set the laptop, the first of the final runners, I should say, down into turn one, into Abbey, into Farm comes CRE Hops. It's nice and tidy so far, keeping to the curb as best he can into Village, but maybe a little bit wide, as he probably wanted a bit tighter, into the loop, into Aintree now, and it's nice and straight onto the Wellington straight, as he's getting back onto the racing line, using as much of the curb as possible, but I think maybe just a bit too much away from the curbs at Brooklands into Luffield. It's nice and tight again. That's exactly what he needs to do. Dettel has retired, I think, coming out of the pit lane. That's not ideal for him. Hopefully that's not a crash out. Well, I'm not sure. Car does seem to be moving on the dot, but through Cops comes Hops, and it's looking as much of the curb as possible through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel, as there's another retiree somewhere. I believe that's Furious entering the pit lane. Down on his lap time. That's not ideal for Hops, as he's down the hanger straight into Stowe. It's all, well, time can be won and lost, and it's massively lost there. He's invalidated, has Hops, and time to go on board, possibly, with Liam Harmon. Liam Harmon throws himself into the pits as well. So his teammate, Paulos, finally going to set a time that's above the bottom. It's, a massive mistake out of the back there. Let's see, who else could be on an absolute fly. Liam Bowman is definitely one always to watch out for as he comes through the Maggots and Beckett's now. We've got the Shazoo team in this as well. They're just setting some lap times, I think. We'll wait and see. But it's Venom who's retired. He's not happy with what he's done so far. Liam Bowman, though, down into Chapel, into Club and Vale, or Vale and Club, I should say. It's that way around. As the fake fans cheering in the background there. Liam Bowman only manages second place for the time being. Tex Brutal, his time is safe at the top for the time being. Placky threw himself into third place. Hops is still going. Tex Brutal used a little bit extra curb there across the line. It's not quicker than his lap time. He's going quick. I don't know which way around this is. I think that's very slow from Hops. He's not going any further. Justin throws himself into third place provisionally. I think lastly is IRT1, and across the line he's a 130 there. I believe commentary, that is qualifying for round one of CSS over and done with. Oh my goodness me, it's a BRT masterclass at the moment, with TTM waiting in the wings. Wow, McLaren's, they are, just trying to remember, PGR, Liam Bowman and PGR Lucas. Yeah, plenty of other things to enjoy. I'm just trying to make sure I've got everything on there for you. And wow, my goodness me. Tex Brutal with a 125.596, 7,000ths of a second quicker than Liam Bowman. I'll get the right way around there. He's done a fantastic job in the Kick-Sauber car. The Kick-Sauber team are BRT, and they are 1-3 at this moment in time from qualifying. Great for him and the BRT team. But yes, it is Tex Brutal from Liam Bowman, Justin, then TTM Placky, TTM Furious in 5th place, CRE Hops, then PGL Lucas, FRT Typical, and IRT Sabuka, and Bobbers in 10th place there. Then it's Bourbon Boy, Jacob, Venom, Dettel, Harvey, Knight, Liam Hardman, Partik, Baulos, and then IRT Juan rounding out the rest of the grid there. What a way to start CSS with some great battles in qualifying. We've got the race to go though, guys, so don't panic, because I won't be. And let's just give you a reminder of the calendar for the season. We do start at Great Britain, which is obviously round 1, which is where we are tonight. Then it's Italy for round 2. Lovely Imola. What a track to go to from this one. Then we've got Jeddah, Baku, a mystery track, and then Zandvoort to round out the first half of the season. Then we have a break week. And then round 7, you've got Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps. What a way to start the second half of the season. Then you've got Lusail, Las Vegas, another mystery track for all this. Then the Hungaroring, and then ending in Japan. And we are very shortly getting underway here with 5 lights. And I think actually, no, this is where we see a little bit of carnage because we have a lobby restart for this, don't we? So interesting, a little bit of fun to see, as I think Liam Bowman just trying to make sure he wins this one. What is this one gonna do anything? I don't think so. Let's go back to the calendar. Actually, for a second, while we wait for everything to pop on through, let's have a little word from one of our sponsors. And welcome back. Obviously, a little bit of sponsorship there by Grid Finder here at CSS. Definitely a place to go if you would like to watch join any leagues, but obviously some great things through that as well. So yeah, Silverstone is upon us. Do bear with us. It's just one commentator tonight, so please bear with while we sort things out on that front. It is very, very well. We'll be back underway. Race very, very shortly. There's still plenty of action to be had tonight at CSS. On the Xbox side of things, if you have missed it, we have had the PlayStation and the PC side on Friday and Saturday already, as we are just waiting for said lobby and everything to get back up and running and ready, sorted, done, dusted, because it is a lobby restart, just to ensure that the fairness of it all and whatnot. As we were just going to take 2 seconds, a break, and we will be back. Hello and welcome back, everyone. We are very nearly underway for the race here at CSS round 1 and of Great Britain, Silverstone, an iconic racetrack here in Formula 1. Now, let's just give you a little bit of an update on the teams. And obviously, the V-Carb, the drivers in the V-Carb are from Team FRT. The McLaren drivers are PGR drivers. The Williams team is TTM. Shizou will be racing in the Red Bull. Mercedes are the ILD team. The BRT team is Sauber. The TIR team is Aston Martin. XPG are Ferrari. And CRE are in the Alpine, leaving the Haas in... Well, the Haas drivers are the AMS team. So, some definite... some great teams here in CSS for the week. And I suppose one more just catch from a sponsor before we head hopefully racing again. So just a quick reminder of the calendar as well. So the qualifying was 2 weeks ago, and that was at Abu Dhabi. And we saw some incredible stuff over the 3 heats there, and some teams that we weren't really expecting to be dropping out going. But through all that, we start tonight, or we start on the Xbox side tonight, but the PC and the PlayStation side have already started. They were on the 9th and 11th, respectively, there. And then, after tonight, before we even get to the race, we're already half got our eyes on Imola, and some of these teams will be wanting a quick start for the points tonight. TTM, the reigning champions, not having it their own way right now. Furious. Furious and Placky will want some big scores. They are possibly the team to beat this season, but the BRT team have thrown themselves into a great big contention, qualifying themselves for first and third, with, I believe, TTM fourth and fifth. Fifth and sixth, because of the CRE Hops driver throwing themselves into that fourth space. So plenty still to be worked on tonight, but I tell you what, this is definitely a racetrack to do it at. 18 corners at 5.8 kilometers long. It will be 26 laps for these guys tonight, and just over 150 kilometers in total for those drivers if they were to complete all 26 laps. We are going to get racing pretty much now, because they are on 5 red lights, and away we go. It's finally gone, and the Red Bull in the background there has had a really, really good start, but Tex hasn't. Tex has had a good start. I'm not sure what Partick is going on with there, but Liam Bowman having to defend massively from BRT Justin as they head on into Village, and surely BRT Justin has got the move done, but there's a switchback possibility and Justin's unable to. There's a yellow flag because someone's binned it in the background somewhere. That looks like IRT1 there. And there's 2 cars in the background. That could very well be 2 drivers out of this Grand Prix, and that is a VSC. How is that not a safety car? I believe Harvey, with no front wing, got sent careering into that by AMS Knight. I can't say for certain, but that is a big, big moment, and a virtual safety car, I believe, has saved Liam Bowman because of everything that went on. Bobbitt has had an absolute insane start. Let's have the positional changes. He's up 4 places with Placky down 3. A mixture of strategies will help Furious and Bobbitt's going on to the softs, as is typical, and Venom and CRE Hops, who's down to 16th place. Is that right? He's down 10 positions. Not ideal at all. The VSC is still out, and FRT Harvey will hope to no end that he can get into the pits under this VSC to get that front wing changed. Two stopper, it's saying here, soft to medium or medium soft to hard. These guys will probably go something like that indeed. You see how Hops is, I think there's a few pit stops happening, that's why Hops is able to get past this one's going through. The virtual safety car still out. It's interesting. Hon's retired. Is Harvey going to retire? That's the big point out of all this. DRS is enabled, so we're back underway racing now. I won't see if anything further in the background. And is that Bobberts already attacking Lucas around the outside of the loop and into Aintree? And Bobberts has had such a great run on Lucas there, and that is Bobberts up into 5th place. He's making those tyres work for him. Knight has left the session. Harvey is thrown on a set of hards. He's going to go as long as he can on those. But it is all about what Furious and Bobberts can do right now. Toplaki will not be happy being down in 7th place. Having a little look there is Furious on Justin. Nothing happening on this occasion, but he's right on the diffuser as, oh goodness me, Liam Bowman having a very, very good look at Brutal as well. Tex is definitely giving as good as he can get though, and so is BRT Justin. He's done a really good job of just sticking to the back end. Is it going to go 3 wide as they head into the Stowe corner? Liam Bowman takes the lead, and TTM Furious is barging his way through. Surely he's got the move done, and the move he has got done. Tex and Brutal and Liam Bowman battling away, and oh my goodness me, Liam Bowman leading this Grand Prix. Furious is right up there. Justin trying to find a way back through. It's not happening on this moment in time. Partix is fastest man on the track. Oh, and there's contact, and that is Bobberts falling down the order a little bit, and there's a little bit of contact with, I believe, the back end of Justin there, and that's not ideal. Furious looking to the inside. Surely he looks to the inside of Brutal. He has to. He got the move done. Is it going to go through left field though? He's going to have the outside, and he has got the move done. That Furious is well and truly through, and Liam Bowman is next on his list of cars to dispatch. And there's a little bit of break between these 4 and Lucas in 5th place. He's got Placky all over the back of him now. He's back up into 6th place. But it's all about this group of cars at the moment. Is Furious just going to hold back a little bit, or he's going to go full throttle through Maggots, Beckons and Chapel? I think it's full throttle because he's going to want to get the move done before the DRS opens. He's thinking about it, and he's got to try his best. He hasn't been able to get the move done, so that is Liam Bowman harvesting an awful lot of energy there and holding up the soft runner as best he can, so that those softs just don't work as well as TTM Furious would have hoped. As they head on through, Suzuki Venom now fastest man on the track, and he is down in 8th place, just behind his teammate, and there's definitely some battling still to be had. Lap 4 of 26. We have lost 2 drivers, IRT 1 and ANS Knight. Knight and Harvey had a little bit of a coming together. I think Harvey is just waiting and hoping for a safety car. No overtaking opportunity for Furious at the moment, and that's TTM desperately trying to find a way through. The BRT team still working together on those medium compounded tyres in the Sauber, trying their best to keep it going. Bourbon Boy having a good little day so far, dispatching IRT Sabuka as we stay on board with the lead part of this train. Look how close they are together as they head on through Maggots and Beggars, and BRT Justin just trying to stick out of the dirty air of the car in front of him. But here is TTM Furious. Surely this time around he's going to be able to get the move stick as they head down the hangar straight. He looks up the inside. He's got to be able to use those tyres to his advantage, and he has done, as through Stowe he now leads the Grand Prix. Does TTM Furious, and he's going to hope there's some battling behind between the cars so he can just, get that lead, and that 0.6 of a second lead is exactly what he needs. There goes Brutal past Liam Bowman in the background as well. Oh, and Liam, Tex Brutal is off the track and falling down the order a little bit. And that's not ideal at all. And I would love to see a replay of that one as the battling continues. The Furious has flown off into a great lead at the moment, just over a second, which is exactly what he needs to do. I was just having a quick sneaky peek at the incidents between Brutal and Liam Bowman, as now it's Justin versus Liam Bowman, but PGR Lucas is there as a backup to Liam Bowman instead of it being the two kit cars and Liam Bowman. Now PGR Lucas is in there as well. Placky's there, and you've got Typical just getting himself through on Shazoo Venom there. Bobbitts is down into 13th place. He's not having the best of it, unfortunately. But Michael Hops had an incident. It wasn't caught, or I didn't catch it, to say unfortunate for that one. But he could have been caught up with the first lap incident between HRT Harvey and the MS Knight. As Furious is unable to pull away from just an agonisingly teetering on the edge of the second mark for the DRS, and Liam Bowman has been dropped by this man, Justin. Justin's absolutely put the hammer down, as so to speak. But in the kicks, the Bottas down, I suppose, or the Guo Guan Yu down. I'm not sure neither of those two work. But yeah, it has meant Liam Bowman's in a little bit of trouble with his teammate right now. And they will continue to fight along down the Wellington Straight with Placky battling in there as well. His TTM teammate leading this Grand Prix, but on the softer compounded tyres. Venom just behind Brutal. Venom did get back past Typical after all that, as Brutal is just ahead of him as well. So Typical is that last man in the train of all this. These guys have been dropped a little bit. Sabuka, Bourbon Boy, Palos, all in the lower part of the train right now as they head into Maggots and Beckett's, and I don't think it'll be too long until Bourbon Boy really mounts an attack. But I see TAR, Paulos in there as well. Just in the foreground, you see the drivers pulling away, and BRT Justin catching Furious at a rate of knots. There goes Bourbon Boy into 9th place there, and yeah, loads of battling still going on. Two CRE drivers well, not having the best of days as Hops, but Detto is being repassed by Bobbitts, who, well, Bobbitts started this Grand Prix in 10th place, got up as high as 5th, and now down into 13th place. I think he caught the back end of BRT Justin at, well, this section of the track into Village, I believe it was. It's a slow-moving Hops, and what a move from Bobbitts to actually not only miss the slow-moving Alpine, but even getting the move done. Fair play to the man there. Let's move back up to the leaders, because I do not believe it will be long before this man, Justin, the BRT driver, starts mounting attack on the TTM Furious. TTM Furious, I believe, possibly has just started harvesting a little bit of his ERS after trying to dispatch everyone. I think he's realised it's just not enough with the tyres he's got on. And on lap 7 of 26, I believe we're going to have another change of the lead as they head on down the Hangar Straight. Yeah, actually, Justin doesn't make the move stick. And in the background there, Tex is trying to find Brutal, trying to find a way through. Bourbon Boy gets passed by Sabuka again, and that second train is falling a little bit, about a second, maybe 7/10 of a second, a lap off the rest of the grid here. They're doing a really good job. The top 8 in marshalling everyone else, but Justin, I wonder where he will try and make a move. Is it too soon to make it into Brooklands? Does he still have to worry about the drivers behind? Because Liam Bowman and Lucas, don't forget the 2 PGR drivers, looking to get as many points as possible. But the 2 TTM drivers, it's very well evenly matched out, I suppose, on that point. We're not 100% sure. Placky is being dispatched by Brutal. Actually, I think, yeah, no, he has. Brutal's got back into 5th place after an incident with Liam Bowman into Abbey and Farm. I think it moved into there as well. Just in the foreground, you can see his teammate looking very, very not aggressive, but attacking in the 2nd place. And it's a quite nice camera angle as we go into and see how BRT Justin handles this one as he heads on down the hanger straight for the 8th time tonight. 8 of 26, and into the lead Justin goes. Not really fighting it, was furious there. He's happy maybe just to stick into the DRS for the time being and use the overspeed from that to get himself back into the swing of things. Sabuka is well, actually no, typical of Venom in the background there, swapping positions. Into the pit is Venom's, which is a possible indicator to some of the other soft drivers, or even the medium drivers, about how long these softs are actually going to last here tonight. That 9 at the moment, and Justin leading the Grand Prix with Liam Bowman having a... Well, he did have this lead of this Grand Prix for a little bit. He's now back into 3rd place. We'll have a quick look at, not the stops, sorry, the positional changes. He's down 1 place. Shazoo Venom, though, give him his due, up 6. So he's doing a good job at the moment. Let's see, typical, throwing on a set of medium compound tyres. Unfortunately for his teammate, FT Harvey, those hards definitely haven't worked whatsoever. And is down the order a little bit. Furious still sticking on for the time being with BRT Justin. But the FRT guys possibly have made a mistake. Well, I say Harvey has made... he was involved in the incident early door, but typical may have made a mistake pitting a lap early, but he might be wanting the undercut and get track position in comparison to possibly Shazoo Venom, so he doesn't want to battle too far there, but also he will go up a little bit header in the rest of the grid as well, and it might work out better for him in the end. Bourbon Boy and Sabuka still battling away. Furious not taking the lead of this Grand Prix. He's happy sitting behind Justin for the time being. He's all looking very solid at the moment, though. Does Furious decide to make the move into turn 1? No, he thinks better of it. Very wise, I think. Possibly just save your ERS. And maybe it'll come back to you at the end of the Grand Prix. Liam Bowman, however, and Brutal, both looking racy with the drivers ahead of them. Furious was the driver ahead of Liam Bowman, and Lucas was the driver ahead of Brutal as they head on down the Wellington Straight for the 10th time this evening. Just under a third of the race to go, and that is Furious, looking very, very racy. Bobbitt's going into the pits from his set of softs. See, Hops now up into 10th place. He's battling his way and trying to get himself back through the grid a little bit. He thinks he should be a little bit higher up with the pace he's shown in qualifying. He did qualify in 4th place, I believe. And through Cops they go, down into Maggots Beckett's for the 10th time this evening. And it looks very, very much like Furious is still showing a fair bit of pace on these old mediums, which could prove costly to everyone else, but brilliant for him through the rest of it. And there goes Furious for the lead of this Grand Prix. Justin doesn't fight it, he lets it through. There goes Brutal. A little bit of contact and something flying off in the background there, but Lucas hanging on in there. And he's ghosted, so he's obviously not happy with what's happened there, and that could have cost him a lot of time. Hopefully there's no major damage from the front wing there. But brutally showing Lucas the door there. Let's go back up to Justin. Justin, Liam Bowman, Brutal, PGR. It is BRT, PGR, BRT, PGR. Obviously, but in 2nd to 5th place. This is fighting all over. They all look to a little bit of the inside as they head on down the Wellington Straight and into Brooklands, but nothing happening at the moment. There has been 2 more pits. That's Hops and Jacob throwing themselves into the pits now, as there is a 5-second gap between Bourbon Boy and the top runner, or the top 7 runners into Venom. Venom is doing a good job of holding those softs for the time being. Typical has a 6-second gap to Bobbitt's behind. Bobbitt's has got a 1.6 to Hops behind. So some interesting stuff popping through here as they head on down for the 11th time, the hanger straight. Around the out time, Justin is trying to go. Liam Bowman's trying to look up the inside. A bit of a mistake there from Justin, which has allowed Brutal to look on the outside. There's someone throwing themselves into the pits. Brutal's throwing himself up the inside of Liam Bowman. Liam Bowman's doing everything he can to hold off. And there, he has to hop onto the curb there, Brutal. Liam Bowman was having none of it. And here comes TTM Placky. Can he do anything as he heads on through farm curb now into Village? He's going to... No, he thinks better of diving up the inside into Village, and in through the loop they go. It's all back to nicey as Shazoo Venom is into the pits. Where does he come out in comparison to Typical? I think Typical's the one that he needs to watch out for. Typical is going to be well and truly ahead, I think, at this point. No, it's not well and truly ahead. The undercut hasn't worked massively for Typical. Back to the leaders. And Justin holding station at the time being. And if it's anything like me, these guys are going to be absolutely sweltering right now. The concentration that they have to do not to cause incidents or not be involved in incidents. TTM Placky has got past Lucas in some of the melee, but here they come down the hanger straight for the 12th time. Nothing doing on this occasion. It's all tight as you like. As Furious still leads this Grand Prix. He's doing a really stellar job on those softs. He's surely got to go into the pits soon. Bobbitt's picked up the first penalty of the afternoon, and Sabuka, I think, has had a mistake. No, it's into the pits for the Mercedes driver, so apologies, there's no mistake there. As a little bit up the inside, Justin has a look, but look how close these guys are. It's TTM versus PGR versus BRT. It is all absolutely incredible stuff right now. Nothing to it as they go down the Wellington straight for the 13th time, just under halfway completed in this Grand Prix, and it feels like only 5 minutes. We've had 2 DNFs, that's IRT1 and EMS Knight. Some of the medium runners now popping into the pit lane. TTM Furious yet to pit himself. He really is holding on to these tyres beautifully right now, and yeah, very well worked. Justin off the track at the exit of Cops, and that has allowed Liam Bowman a sniff of a chance as they go into Maggots and Beckett, and there goes Liam Bowman into second place of this Grand Prix. Justin is not having any of it. Actually, I say he's not having any of it. He's had a massive snap, and that's cost him a run on Liam Bowman as they head on down the hanger straight. Liam Bowman has a little bit of a look on Furious. It's not happening on this occasion as they come through Stowe. Still, TTM Furious is refusing to pit. He's happy leading this Grand Prix and causing these guys an absolute headache. Venom and Typical will be absolutely over the moon with this because they will continue to catch up. Sabuka has gone on to a set of hards. It's a little bit of a odd strategy. I can't believe others are thinking of a two-stop strategy. But it is now TTM, PGR, BRT, TTM, PGR in that order for the lead of this Grand Prix. My goodness, it is going to be close. If it's like this for the remainder of the season, no one will know who's going to win out of those three. Bubble Boy getting past CRE Detol for the battle for currently P7. Bubble Boy just going through Brooklands and Luffield now. He's going to be doing the best job he can do in that, but I can't take my eyes off the lead of this Grand Prix. Currently, you can't separate the top 4 by a second, the top 5 by a second, and PGR Lucas is just outside that second mark, and Justin, Sabuka picking up a penalty there, but Justin losing the back end again, a little bit coming through Maggots and Beckett's, and it could cost him. Does Liam Bowman make a move? There's the second group there. There goes Liam Bowman. He's up the inside of the Williams, and I think this time Justin is going to have a little bit of a look into the pits. Out of the 2 TTM drivers that you would expect to go in the pits, it's the other one. Placky pits for a set of softs. Goodness me, they have done a fantastic job holding the tyres so far, and If Placky does anything like TTM Lucas, no, not TTM Lucas, sorry, TTM Furious, then the others need to be a little bit worried by it all. Placky, is he coming out the pits? He's going to be coming out the pits behind Venom. So he's got to make moves. He will have to make moves. And you know what? I'm not 100% sure I know who is going to score more points out of these top 3 teams at the moment. If you do, let us know what you think in the poll that's just been voted in there. And it'll be great to see what people think of that one. As it's going to be very, very interesting, as TTM Furious has managed to hold on from Justin for a little bit longer. His tyres must be absolutely on a knife's edge. Down the Wellington, down the Hangar Straight for the 15th time, and to the inside goes Justin, Furious and Justin on Liam Bowman. Liam Bowman is going to hang in there, and into the pits goes 3 of those drivers. Furious is one of them, whether you believe it or not. He's gone a long way on those soft tyres, and everyone else will be worried a little bit by that. But hopefully, on his and TTM's side, it's done enough to allow, held enough to allow Placky into this. And this is why I'm sticking on board with these drivers. What can these guys do? Into the breach they go. Shazoo Venom is the fastest man on the track, but how long will that kick in with Furious? With everyone now going on softs. Venom is on those medium compound, and let's have a look at it from this point of view. BRT Justin and Furious on different compounds still, as there's Bobbers, who's managed to get himself back into the swing of this because of that earlier pit stops. Hops is just behind as well, so still plenty of things to watch out for. Shazoo Venom and Typical battling away with TTM Placky. Justin and Furious swapping positions there. Justin not making no time, wasting no time to get through. Let's go. On board with the lead 2 cars. Let's see how it will pan out. Brutal, Liam Bowman. Brutal goes through, and there's Bourbon Boy in the background, still out as well. So just under 10 laps. These guys will be on 10 laps as they throw themselves into the pit lane now on a set of soft tyres. And that 1 lap of difference could very well prove the difference. Bourbon Boy rounding cops, and into the pits he goes. I suppose it's possibly best to go on board with this man who's being attacked by Justin, TTM Placky, around the outside of Stowe. Very, very close together there. There's the PGR Lucas and TTM Furious battling away as well. But these guys will be where Tex and Liam, Brutal and Liam come out, I believe. Here they are. I see neither of them coming out the pit lane. Oh, goodness me. That is an awful overcut from those guys. They probably didn't think it would be that bad, but I'll tell you what, it is. And TTM Furious is ahead of Liam Bowman and Tex Brutal. BRT Justin getting past TTM Placky there. And they are wasting no time catching up with Shazoo Venom and FRT Typical. And this race is still on. On lap 17 of 26, there is still plenty of action. And you know what? I think if I was to vote in there, maybe BRT are the drivers really to watch out for, with both their drivers on the prime tyre and in the better positions to be on. Not long remaining then in this Grand Prix. 9 laps, just over. And Shazoo Venom leads this Grand Prix. We've had multiple race leaders, and Shazoo Venom is just one of the many. And it looks like TTM has scored the 66% of the vote, with BRT scored 33% of the vote. Justin picking up the fastest lap of the race in P3 now. Liam Bowman has taken a little, oh goodness me, up the inside of TTM Placky's PGR Lucas, and that was very, very aggressive into Village, And I think Lucas let the move, let Placky go back through there. But PGR Lucas definitely showing the more pace and probably over the pace there into Village. Through Luffield they go, into Woodcote. It's still very, very close, and Justin getting past Venom. Venom is falling down the order a little bit now. He has had to drop behind Justin. Justin has absolutely turned the screw in this one and done a fantastic job of doing so, but he knows he has Placky and PGR Lucas still to join him through all this. And I wonder if he would start backing up to allow his teammate to get into this or not. He is, well, at the moment he's decided run away with it. He's in front of Typical. Oh goodness, was that a late defensive move from Typical on Venom? We will have to look at that one back. A very, very scary moment as Venom holds off for the time being. And there goes Justin. He's got a big gap as it sets another fastest lap of this Grand Prix. A 1:27.6 this time. And he's over a second in front of Typical at the moment. The BRT gents, or the BRT team, will be very, very happy with that. Up the inside on Venom again goes Lucas into the loop this time through Aintree, just behind Furious and Brutal battling away. And Liam Bowman and Placky battling away. It's all happening at the moment. Venom gets past Typical. Lucas gets past Furious, or nearly is nearly passed by Furious, I should say. He's getting caught up in the battle with the V-carb of FRT Typical there, and 1.5 seconds now between Venom and Justin on lap 19 of 26. So 7.5 laps of this race remaining as they come on into Maggots and Beckett's, and look how close these guys are. Brutal has been pushed wide by Liam Bowman through some of Maggots and Beckett's, but I don't think that the ability was there. Not the ability, sorry. The room was there for Liam Bowman to complete the move, as the Williams driver is now surely attacking Furious. And there's up the inside is Lucas. Oh my goodness me, surely not. This could end up being 5 wide into Vale and Club. And there's contact. Oh my goodness me, that's Brutal with Liam Bowman off to the left-hand side. And I wonder if there's damage to Liam Bowman's car. He is out of the Grand Prix, and that has tainted this, as PGR driver really struggled, and he's going to be pretty upset with that one. We can breathe a little bit because there is a yellow flag, but it's not a virtual safety car. We only had one of those on lap 1 after an incident between FRT Harvey and AMS Knight, just at this point at the track, just before the Wellington Straight. So it was through Aintree. It is all over the place at the moment. Justin leading the Grand Prix by 2 seconds to Shazoo Venom. Shazoo Venom has thrown himself into a great position this Grand Prix. PGR Lucas there now up into 3rd place. The TTM drivers are Furious and Placky in 4th and 5th respectively. Furious has done a fantastic job keeping his softs for as long as possible with the rest of the grid. Typical now down to 6th place with Bobbitt in 7th. And Tex Brutal in 8th place, but we'll go to see if there is any damage to that Kick Sauber car. Just wait and see if there's any movement in this. As around the outside, Lucas goes on Venom, and the move is done and dusted on this occasion. But does Venom try and fight it? He doesn't. Furious is trying to fight it though. He's going around the outside the long way of initial Vale and then into Club. And TTM Placky getting caught in all this. He moves to the inside down the Hamilton Straight. Does he make? Can he make a move? He doesn't. Brutal. Let's have a look at your front wing in a moment as they continue to head on through, and nothing doing on this occasion as the guy's still battling away for net P2. There doesn't look like there's any front wing damage on the front end of that Kick Sauber, so Venom is going to have to just hold on to Furious with those 9-lap-old tyres in comparison to the 5-lap-old tyres of the guy in front of him. Placky going around the outside of Brooklands, and then that will go to the inside for Luffield, and he's made the move stick. That's a very, very solid move there by TTM Placky, and I wonder if there is going to be a bit of teamwork here between the TTM drivers to attack the PGR man and then get ahead They're 3 seconds behind Justin. The lead of this, well, the winner of this race is pretty much done and dusted. It is just about who's going to claim the most points now. And at that moment in time, it's going to be TTM. But Shazoo have done a fantastic job of throwing themselves in with a really good amount of points. Venom in 5th place, who's going to keep to the back end of this one, as there goes Furious. And surely not around the outside is Placky. This is very, very strong. A little bit of battling through from Lucas, just forcing the issue there, as my original trainer thought it was completely gone. But yeah, CRE will be pretty upset with their race today. 9th and 12th is possibly a little less than what they would have hoped for, especially with Hops so high up. The battle is still going strong though. Placky still looking to find a way past Lucas at the moment. They're still 3 seconds behind Justin. But it's a good start for Justin. Very, very solid. As Furious is slowly trying to build that gap down. I'll bring that gap down. He is on the softer, harder compounded tyre, which will start coming into. Ooh, look at Lucas's back end there. That's a very good time to be on the camera of TTM Placky, as the back end just stepped out through Cops. You wonder if these soft tyres are starting to get away from some of these drivers, and whether Furious has done the best thing and being on those ones. Bobbers has been passed by Brutal. Brutal is on the youngest of the soft compounded tyres, bar Bourbon Boy, who's just dispatched Paulos in P10, and Hops is getting past Bartak in the battle for P12. As we continue to watch on, Furious is now 2.8 seconds. He's slowly bringing that gap down to Justin. But I think this is now damage limitation for Justin. He knows what he's doing. There's 4 laps of this great Grand Prix remaining, and he's just going to let the time. He's going to do it his own way. And he's doing a good job. At the moment, it's back up to 2.86 as Placky and Lucas following very, very closely behind. Venom and Typical dropped away from this train all of a sudden. I think Venom's going to have to put the hammer down a little bit. A little bit of a. I'm just looking at can we call it the hammer time in a Red Bull? I'm not sure. Not sure what the Max Verstappen button is called, but yeah, they're pulling away. They're dropping away a little bit. I mean, as they stay on board with TTM Placky. He's trying to find a way past the PGR man of Lucas and the McLaren just ahead of him. Furious is doing a good job of holding on, but here they come down the Hanger Straight, and Placky finding any which way possible. He's gone up the inside. It's just not enough speed there on this occasion. And in the background, you see Typical and Venom fighting away. Lucas is, well, making his car nearly impossible to overtake, and Placky is, well, dropping down a little bit. Justin may have just lost a huge amount of time. He's now 2.3 seconds in the lead instead of 2.8. It is crazy to think at the moment that it would be the case, but Placky, Furious is trying. He's pushing as best he can for the PRT guy. Venom and Typical fighting away still, with Bobbits in the background getting back past Brutal, which is going to help Shazoo no end with points through all this. And if you remember 2 weeks ago, the qualifying session, I had Bobbits in the commentary box with me. It was very good of him to sit along and hold my hand through that one. Partak and Hops, 12th and 13th there. Let's go back up to Lucas, because he's surely going to concede sooner or later. A lap 24 of 26. Furious is now 2.1 seconds away from Justin. I don't know if he's going to have enough, but he's going to push as far as he can. And there goes Placky around the outside of Lucas. The 7th or 8th time of asking, he's managed to get the move done. as old Placky on this occasion, and up into third place into the podium positions on this occasion as well. The two TTM guys now second and third place. Lucas is not going to hold out. Well, he's not going to. He's going to do everything in his power to get back past, and it looks like that is a very, ooh, goodness me, up the inside into Village and the loop. And I was going to say, it looks like Furious is now playing some sort of team game to get Lucas, Placky, some defence of Lucas, but I don't think it's worked because Lucas threw the car up the inside of Village, and he's ended up giving Lucas DRS down the Wellington straight, and all that extra work Placky now has to do. Justin, 2.6 seconds on the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix. Still plenty of time for it all to check out. Lucas now over a second behind Furious. There's definitely some teamwork going here at TTM. They want second and third. That's their aim, and I think it's going to be what they'll get. I'm just trying to think where the DRS activations detection zone is, and it was outside that. Lucas is not going to have DRS as they head on down the hangar straight for this penultimate time. Oh, goodness me. So much still to be decided in these final throws of the Grand Prix. PGR Lucas is desperate to be able to hold on to third place tonight as they head on round club for the penultimate time. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness me, indeed. Justin, this man has done a fantastic job, but he is now 2 seconds ahead of Furious. That time has absolutely flown away, and all of a sudden Venom and Typical are catching back up. Bobbitt's still fighting away and fighting along with Brutal. Let's see what Lucas and Placky do down the Wellington straight. It's all so far nice and friendly between the two of them, and in the background Venom trying each and every way possible to get past the V-carb of FRT Typical. Not happening on this occasion. Down the old start-finish straight they go. Goodness me. Goodness me indeed. PGR Lucas 3 seconds away from Furious, but I suppose we have to go on board with it. Harvesting is Placky. PGR Lucas is going to throw everything down the hangar straight. All of a sudden the other two cars are involved in this as well. Defensive, ultra defensive from Lucas around the outside for Placky, and he surely got the move done. I got to go on board with Justin. Is there going to be a final throw of the dice? There is, but it's... oh, there's contact. There is contact. It's Justin that wins. Furious in second place. It's still going along. It's sideways. Placky doesn't even get podium there, and that is going to be looked into. He was going across Tokyo Drift style. Typical ending up in fourth, and Placky still basically parked on the line there. What a way to end the Grand Prix. It was always going to be fireworks in the end, and the points are going to be handed out in the steward room, I believe, as Jacob drifting around the final corner. Shout out to Bobbitt, finishing in 8th there after returning, well, not returning, sorry, after dropping down the order at the start. Liam Bowman, Warren and Knight are the drivers that we've lost. We're just seeing Jacob cross the line, and here comes Harvey, who claimed the fastest lap at the end, but an incident at the start of this Grand Prix has cost him dearly. The chat for this is going to be absolutely insane a bit later on. But great work from BRT Justin. Desperately tried to keep himself clear of everything at the end. Shazoo Venom getting drive of the day. I mean, it's not a bad shout for that one at all. But you wonder whether TTM Fury Typical would have been able to catch Justin in the end out of all there. There's your podium sitters. Stewardship. We're going to have to wait and see what happens there. But round one of CSS has been completed. Justin is your victor. He's going to get the champagne for this one. He's done a fantastic job here tonight. And what a way to start the season at Silverstone. They have very much got the well-earned victory. I've got the black screen, so not going to get a chance to throw down the order, I don't think, again. And oh, interesting. A little bit of game audio coming through there, so I'm just going to mute the game until I'm going to see if it will come up, as some of the drivers now leave the lobby. I don't get it, so apologies through all that. What a race here to start the season in CSS. These guys would have had an absolute sweat fest at home with how hot it has been, because I have, and I've just sat here, talked at everyone. These guys have had to actually put some real effort into it tonight. But BRT Justin is your race victor tonight. We will get to commentary at some well, not commentary. We will get to podium interviews through the season, but we're not going to start here tonight at Silverstone. Thank you so much for watching. Please bear with us with... Well, actually, no, let's go and have a look at the calendar. It's been an amazing season, amazing race, and we hope that it's going to be an amazing season. So we started tonight with Brazil, and then we've got Imola, Jeddah, Baku, a mystery race for round 5. Round 6 is Zandvoort. Then we have a break week with round 7 at Spa-Francorchamps. And then we have Qatar at round 8. Round 9, we see Las Vegas. Then another mystery Grand Prix, with rounding out the season in Hungary and Japan. And yeah, I suppose it is time for me to close the stream now. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a great start to the season, and we hope you've enjoyed, and we will be back next week for the Italian Grand Prix around Imola.